This is the first experiment. So resistance per unit length or resistance per centimeter of a given wire using a graph of potential difference versus current. So you can see the principle. The principle is based on the Ohm's law. You are supposed to write the statement of the Ohm's law. Then you are supposed to write the formula, which is V is equal to IR. What we want in this formula? R. That is the aim of this experiment. So R is equal to V by I, and you have to explain the terms where V is the potential difference across the ends of the wire, R is the resistance of the wire, and I is the current in the circuit. And then the second formula you will get from the graph if you plot voltage versus current, and the slope of that graph will be equal to resistance. This is how the observation looks like. First you are supposed to calculate the length of the wire using a scale, and then you are supposed to write this observation table which contains voltmeter reading, ammeter reading, and resistance equal to V by I. Now before that you also have to include least count of voltmeter and least count of ammeter. Now how to measure that? Now this is the volt ammeter. You can choose any number here. Say for example I choose 1. There are 20 divisions between 0 and 1. So the least count of ammeter is 1 by 20 or 0.05. Similarly, voltmeter I will choose 1 again. There are 10 divisions between 0 and 1. So the least count of voltmeter is 1 by 10 or 0.1. Now I have done the circuit. Oh, of course you have to write the circuit here. So the circuit will be battery positive to ammeter, then ammeter to unknown resistance, then a voltmeter in parallel, and here it is connected to the rheostat. Now after writing the circuit, you write the polarity. So this is positive and this is negative. So since this is positive, this is also positive, automatically this becomes negative, and this is R. So this becomes positive because this is negative. In series, polarity changes. This becomes negative. Because this is positive, this is also positive. Right, there is no such thing as positive or negative for rheostat, so we'll leave that. Now I have done the circuit. You can see here from positive it's going to positive of ammeter, negative of ammeter to positive of voltmeter. Note that the polarity is changing here. Then I have connected the wire, unknown wire, across the voltmeter like this. One wire goes here, the other end goes here. Now the negative of the voltmeter, it's going to the rheostat. Here you have to connect here, not here, here. And then the other end of the rheostat, that you have to connect here or here. It goes to the battery negative. This is the circuit connection. So now let us take the reading. So I'll switch on the battery, and I have kept the battery EMF to 12 volts. Now what I have to do, as you can see, there is some reading shown in the ammeter and some reading shown in the voltmeter. Now I will change the rheostat such that so as to get a nice number in the ammeter. So I'm changing the rheostat and I'm keeping the needle at 0.5. Okay, so as you can see the ammeter reading is 0.5 ammeter. So I'll just note down that. Now correspondingly, what is the reading in the voltmeter? Now how to find it out? Now as you can see, first measure the number of divisions from 0. The needle is at 5th division from 0. As you can see, 5th division from 0. That means the voltmeter reading would be 5, because 5th division, into least count. Now least count of voltmeter, as I told you, it is 0.1. So my reading will be 0.5. So from R is equal to V by I, I'll get 1 ohms. Now let's repeat the observation for some other current. So I'm again changing the rheostat, and I'll now keep it at 1. As you can see, now the needle is at 1 amperes. So I'm going to write 1 amperes here. Correspondingly, the voltmeter reading, it is also pointing at 10th division. You can see it's 9th division. it's at 9th division. So my voltmeter reading would be 9 into least count of voltmeter, which is 0.1. Hope you remember why the least count of voltmeter is 0.1, because I chose the number 1 and there are 10 divisions between 0 and 1. So 1 divided by 10 is 0.1. And for the ammeter, I chose the number 1 again. There are 20 divisions, so the least count is 1 by 20, which is 0.05. So we'll take 2 more readings. Now I'm taking 5th division on the ammeter. 5th division ammeter is nothing but 5 into least count of ammeter, which is 0.05, which is 0.25. Correspondingly, the voltmeter reading is at 3rd division. So 3rd division means 3 into 0.1 is 3. Now for each of those divisions you calculate R value. You show that calculation in the calculation section in the exam, and then you have to write all those 3 values, take average of that value. Then you have to calculate, if you are plotting the graph, you have to calculate 2 more observations and then plot it. V comes in the y-axis and x-axis current. So those values are already here. Current, that is x-axis, and y-axis voltage. So when you plot that, you will get a straight line. When you calculate the graph, slope, you should get R, and that R should be about 1 ohms, or the average, whatever average you get here.